Today's the day I finally get you to divorce that man, you hear me? I'm the one who deserves him, not you. I'm taking what's mine.
Sorry, who is this? I think you might have the wrong number.
I know exactly who I'm talking to. Don't play innocent with me, Amy. You know who I am. I'm Miranda.
Oh, so you did mean to message me. I see.
Acting cool-headed as always, I see. I bet you're sweating bullets as we speak. You can't keep up bad acts forever. First the letters, then a text message. I bet you're freaking out that I managed to find you. You can act as unbothered as you want, but I know that it's fake. Just mess up and tell me you're scared.
You sent a letter. Oh, you must be the one who sends those cryptic letters. We've been puzzled about them for so long. You're the one sending us letters with no name and no return address every day, right?
Congratulations. You got it right. I'm the one who's been sending you those letters all this time. I've told you countless times to divorce that man and even sent you the divorce papers myself so you could get it over with. But you still haven't punched an inch. I thought I'd find her number and message you directly so you could finally get the hint.
Oh, wow, so you're the culprit. We finally found you. How did you manage to get my info, though?
Isn't it obvious? I got it from Ethan's phone. He was fast asleep in bed with me one night and he left his phone unlocked on the bedside table. So I took the opportunity and snuck through his phone a little bit.
That's weird. Ethan said he had no idea who sent the letter. He said it was just from some stalker and that he wasn't having an affair with anyone. I think you'd remember you if he really had slept with you. Although, you must be pretty close with him if you've slept together in the same bed before, as you said.
Oh, Ethan, he's such a kind-hearted man. To think he'd go so far as to protect you from the truth of me and him. I really did pick the right guy. And poor you. You must be going through so much hardship knowing the truth now.
Let me ask you one question up front. Are you really seeing my husband behind my back?
Yes, we are. We've actually been dating for around 2 years now. He even sends me presents for our monthly anniversary. Expensive ones, too. I get the feeling that he really loves me an awful lot. When he's with me, it's like he sees nobody but me.
You guys have been going out for 2 years and I was not the wiser this entire time.
That Ethan, he's going on about how he can't wait to divorce you so we can finally be together forever. I mean, I could stay like this with him forever and be fine, but figured I'd do something about you for his sake. Poor guy, unable to hurt your feelings. So I decided that I'd take a more direct approach and reach out to you. Listen to me, Amy. Ethan is head over heels in love with me. He wants to be with me forever. And I know for a fact he doesn't love you. So please, for his sake, hurry up and divorce him so you can be out of his life for good.
You know, demanding that I divorce my husband is a pretty big demand coming from someone he's supposedly cheating on me with. You do understand that this is a lot coming from someone like you, right?
Of course I do. I came into this well prepared. I'll even pay for your emotional damage when the divorce is finalized.
Oh, phew, thanks a lot. That totally makes up for everything up until now. But really, is he worth so much to you that you'd fork over thousands of dollars to remove me from his life?
Of course he is. He's a top executive at a green energy company, you know. He's worth much more than whatever I'd pay to keep him. Plus he owns a brand new penthouse right in the middle of town. The monthly gifts he sent me are nothing but luxury brands. Louis Vuitton, Coach, Chanel, you name it. Keeping an elite member of society in my life is worth more than a little short-term investment on my part.
Ah, I get it now. So you're a gold digger who's going after my husband just because of his money, right?
Oh, please, that's not the only reason I want him. Ethan is a kind man with a strong sense of leadership. Not to mention, his space and his body fit my type to T. He's the knight in shining armor I've always dreamed of. We're fated to be together.
Ethan, a knight in shining armor.
I'm telling you, it's clear as day that we were fated to live happily ever after together. I'll even get to live in that castle of a penthouse he has. It's what I've always wanted. Don't you understand? He loves me, and only me. Please, break up with him already. 1 hour later.
Ethan, can I talk to you for a second? I just got a message from someone claiming to be your faded lover from across the stars.
I'm sorry, my what?
Do you know her, Miranda, by any chance? That's what she said her name was, at least.
Oh, great.
Looks like she's the one who's been sending those creepy letters all this time. Apparently, letters weren't sending enough of a message, so she went out and found my number. And now here we are.
You've got to be kidding me. Miranda messaged you directly.
She said she got my info from your phone while you were sleeping. In the same bed as her, mind you. She also claims that you two have been going out for 2 years now behind my back.
Now hold on, let me explain all of this.
Please do, there is an awful lot of explaining to do here. I thought you said that you had no clue who could be sending the letters. That's what you told me, isn't it? You even said you were telling the complete truth.
I'm sorry, Amy, you're right, I haven't been telling you everything, but I can explain. I knew it was Miranda sending the letters from the beginning. I'm sorry, I should have told you. And she's right, we've been seeing each other casually for 2 years now.
That's not seeing each other casually, that's cheating on my wife. I can't believe you. I thought you were a faithful man, but you're just a womanizer, aren't you?
I know I've betrayed you, Amy. I know it's a horrible thing to do. I'm really sorry, but I can't keep lying to myself. I love this woman more than anything in the world. I was going to ask you for a divorce at some point, but I didn't think it would happen like this.
Huh. Guess all I can do now is divorce you. I don't have any other choice. Fine, I'll sign the papers. You don't need to force me to.
You'll really do that for me?
But I am going to be requesting extra financial considerations in the divorce. And I'll be taking Miranda up on her offer to compensate me for my emotional damage.
Of course, go ahead. That amount of money won't be any trouble for us to take care of, so don't worry about it.
I'm going to hire a lawyer so we can discuss the distribution of assets and such. In the meantime, what do you want to do about the penthouse? Miranda is telling me the penthouse is going to be all hers. And it sure seems like she doesn't plan on giving it up to me anytime soon.
I know it's asking a lot, but it'd be a big help to me if you could go without it. Besides, you'd be lonely living in a place this big all by yourself.
Fine, fine, you've made your point. For now, let's assume the penthouse is going to you. Do know the rent is $10,000 a month, right? You're going to have to pay that all on your own instead of splitting it with me like we usually do.
Wait, hold on a second. Is rent here really that high? I never noticed since I just use autopay.
Yeah, it's been that high for a while now. But if you're going to keep it, you can't just not pay for it. Your position in the company is high enough that you can afford it, though. Right?
I'm just asking hypothetically here, but you're not planning on firing me or anything, are you? 'Cause, well, you see, I haven't really told Miranda that you're actually my boss yet. I didn't know how she would react. I know I'm going to have to pay more to make our lifestyle work, and firing me would put me in a really tight position.
Of course I'm not going to fire you because of a personal grudge. That'd be irresponsible of me. You don't have to worry on that front at least. You won't get fired or demoted, as long as you maintain your work performance.
Really, you'll do that for me?
I am serious about both parts of what I said. I hope you are paying attention. If I find even one work-related reason to demote or otherwise fire you, it's over. By that, I'm in your position as an administrator within this company is over, permanently.
You wouldn't.
With that being said, I'll finish my part of the divorce papers for you as soon as I can. Let Miranda know that this isn't the last you'll hear from me.
3 days later. Oh, Amy, thank you so much for helping finalize the divorce so quickly. All I have to do now is finish planning the wedding with Ethan. I'm just one step closer to living the life of my dreams with the man I've always dreamed of. There were so many times during this process that I wanted to give up, but I'm so glad I didn't. Now I can finally see the fruit of my labor.
You're welcome. I finished moving all of my things out this morning. My stuff is all out of there now, so feel free to start moving in whenever you'd like.
So you're saying that the penthouse is all mine now? This is better than any month anniversary gift I've ever gotten.
You can celebrate all you want, but don't forget about the emotional damages you promised you'd pay. I'll send you a bill for about $20,000. It should arrive in the mail any day now.
Oh, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about that one bit. I'll just send the money over from my online banking account. You should receive the money sometime today.
Wow, that's actually really helpful of you to have gotten it over with so soon.
I'm not heartless, Amy. I know you need this money badly. If I'd just been dumped by my upper management Fortune 500 husband and kicked out of his penthouse, I'd be in dire need of money too. Going from a spoiled housewife to a broke divorcee is just sad. Talk about a downgrade.
Excuse me.
I've heard an awful lot about you from Ethan, you see. Like how you just sit at home doing nothing all day while he was hard at work. It was so bad it caused his performance to drop at work, you know. After all, how can you focus on your job when you have to do all of the chores for your wife when you get home, too?
I swear, that Ethan. Of all the things to say about me, that's what he's been saying behind my back.
Ha ha ha, you really didn't think he'd complain about that kind of behavior? The poor guy never deserved a useless wife like you. I know that I'm going to make him the happiest husband in the world, and twofold to make up for how you treated him. He'll be whistling while he works now that he has a sexy, devoted wife like me to come home to every day. Maybe he'll even get promoted to CEO. Imagine that.
I highly doubt that's going to happen. Ethan, getting promoted to CEO. Hell will freeze over before that happens.
You can complain all you want, but at the end of the day, you're still the loser here. Well, have fun living out your new life as a miserable ex-wife. I'll be laughing my way all the way to the bank. I'll be taking your wealthy husband now, thanks. Once he claims his way to CEO, I'll be sitting pretty as his spoiled little wife.
Sorry, but I should let you know that we're letting Ethan go.
Ah, duh, I know you're letting him go. He's all mine now.
No, I mean the company is letting him go.
Wait, what?
I am afraid Ethan is going to have to climb to CEO from the very bottom of a different company. Good for him. Getting to live out the classic American dream of going from rags to riches. I can't wait to see just how he'll do it.
What? Sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. What's this about him being let go?
Make sure you stick by his side through the upcoming hardships. You are a self-professed sexy, devoted wife, after all. Let's see how long your devotion will last while you help him find a new job in this economy.
I'm telling you, I don't understand what you're saying right now. All this about him being fired and becoming jobless. What do you mean by that? Quit trying to scare me with your stupid lies.
I'm not lying at all. I'm just telling you what Ethan has in store from now on.
How could you possibly know what he has in store?
You see, Ethan has been acting suspiciously for a while now. And you've just given me the proof I need to lay him off with good cause. I won't let that man trample on my company anymore.
Wait. You're saying it's your company? How come nobody told me about any of this?
So he really didn't tell you even though you're planning on getting married. I wonder if he wasn't ever planning on telling you that I'm his boss. Imagine that.
How could the lazy wife be his boss? This doesn't make any sense. I don't understand what any of this means right now.
Here, I'll put it simply. I'm actually the CEO with the company Ethan works for.
You're kidding. The CEO, as in the Chief Executive Officer.
Yep, that's the one. I run a company that runs a popular green energy system. It's used all over the country by big name players and all sorts of industries. My now ex-husband Ethan works for my company. He was a good worker at the time, not to mention my spouse, so I foolishly bumped his position up in the company to a high management position.
What? Nobody ever told me a word of this.
Sounds like you fell for Ethan's lies. It sounds like he's been telling you that I'm a lazy housewife or something. Which is pretty rich considering I'm both his boss and the primary breadwinner of our household.
I can't believe it. This is crazy. This plot twist is too insane for me to deal with right now. And right as everything was going great. You're his boss, of all people. Of course something like this happens to me now of all times.
I mean, considering the crazy lies Ethan has told you up until now, it makes sense that you'd be surprised by all of this. But if you've got a problem with it, I suggest you direct your complaints to him, not me. I'm just trying to live my life. Besides, now that he's without a job, I'm sure he's got all the time in the world to answer your questions.
No, stop. You can't do this. You're just doing this to get back at us, aren't you? You're feeling petty, so you're using the power you have over us to ruin our lives. It's illegal to do that, you know. I'll send you to jail for it. You can't just fire someone for whatever reason you feel like. That's, like, discrimination.
Wow, you and Ethan really do share one brain cell, don't you? You sure think you know a lot about the law.
Excuse me.
Newsflash, in America you can fire someone for almost any reason. It's called, at-will employment. Lucky for me, though, I have got a great reason to fire that man. I caught him embezzling company funds. That's not discrimination, he's committing a crime against my business. What's the crime in firing someone for being a textbook terrible employee and criminal?
Seriously, embezzlement.
Oh yeah, I caught him red-handed, you know. Actually, I've been suspicious that there are discrepancies in our funds for some time now. Who'd have thunk it was my own husband taking that money under my nose? Since we were already getting divorced, I thought I'd shake him down and see what else he's been hiding from me all these years. He got freaked out and tried to dispose of the evidence. I think he tried to sneak into the office after hours to do it. Thankfully we keep things on paper and he didn't manage to get rid of every invoice. and I managed to grab all the evidence I needed.
He's really a criminal.
Yes, and thankfully for me, he's not a very good one. I thought he'd be smarter than that. Maybe you've been rubbing off on him.
This is an awful lot for me to process all at once. First you tell me that you are his boss. And then you tell me that he's been stealing funds from under your nose, and now you're firing him for it. You realize I'm not at fault in any of this, right? How could I have known? I know he made a mistake stealing that money, but he doesn't need to be fired for it.
Yes, he does. He's a liability to my company. I've got no reason to keep him around. Have fun living it up in the penthouse with your unemployed husband. I'm sure he would have been able to afford it had he kept his job. Oh well. Maybe he can afford it if you guys agree to live off beefaroni for the indefinite future. Or, even better, you could pitch in and tell pay for it.
No. Why? Why should I have to help pay rent of all things? I'm supposed to live with a wealthy guy who pays for everything and spoils me.
That sure sounds nice, doesn't it? Ever since Ethan and I got together, I never let him pay for a single thing for me. Even as a married woman, I worked hard to make my own money.
How am I supposed to do that? I'm not Stinking Roach like you are. I'm not a genius and I don't want to work myself to the bone like you do. Even if I did manage to get a job, it wouldn't be nearly as much as your job does. In fact, I went into this thinking I was going to become a housewife and I already quit my old job.
Wow, a jobless husband and a jobless wife couple. How inspiring. And I thought they said opposites attract.
What am I supposed to do now? Neither of us have a job, so we have no income. How are we supposed to live like this? I don't want to blow through our life savings paying for some lavish lifestyle we can't afford.
Sounds like that's something you should discuss with your future husband, not me. I've got to go now. Good luck with all of that.
2 hours later.
Amy, are you there? Please, I just want to talk. I'll do anything you ask of me, so please, don't fire me. I need that job more than anything. I'll get back every last cent of the money I took. I promise. I only took a little extra to spend on dates with Miranda.
Really? $100,000 is what you consider a little extra? I sure don't remember you ever getting me gifts that were that nice.
Look, that's not what I meant. What I meant to say is...
Sorry, but just paying back the amount you stole from us isn't going to cut it. I'd rather you sit in jail and use that time to reflect on what you've done.
I would, Amy, I totally would, but I really can't afford to do that right now. I love Miranda and I need to make her happy no matter what. She's not going to marry me if I'm just a jobless loser, let alone a prisoner. So please, just let me give you back the money and we'll call it even.
This isn't just a matter of money anymore, don't you see? We don't have anything to do with each other anymore. You're nothing but an ex-employee who stole from my company now. I'm not the kind of businesswoman who keeps thieves inside her company and lets them trample all over her.
No, Amy, just listen to me.
It's too late, Ethan. I've already finished filling out the police report. I'm done with you now, and for good this time. Seriously, take some time to think about what you did to me and all the people around you. That's the least you can do at this point.
Amy, stop it or I'm screwed. How could you sell me out? I used to be your husband, you know.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm begging you here, so please reconsider what you're doing. I'm super regretful for everything I've done. The embezzling, the cheating, everything. And I really don't think we need to make this into a bigger deal than it needs to be by involving the freaking police.
Yeah, maybe it's just me, but you don't seem to regret what you've done at all. There, I just turned in the report. You'll probably be getting a phone call from the police soon. Just don't do anything stupid, okay? Once I see you in handcuffs, then I'll know you're really sorry about what you've done.
The next day. Amy, I'm telling you, it wasn't me. I had nothing to do with any of this. I had no idea. I'll give Ethan back to you, so please, don't get me involved in all of this police business. And I especially didn't know about this embezzlement business. Won't you believe me?
Miranda, please, can't you take this talk to the police station instead? I really don't think I'm supposed to be talking to anybody involved in this right now.
I'm only reaching out to you because you're the only one left who will believe me. I told the police my story and they didn't buy a word of it. You're my only hope left, so please, get me out of this. You can still clear my name. If they keep questioning me like this, I'm going to end up in jail too, and it's all thanks to that stupid Ethan.
Yeah, how did he get you tied up in this?
You see, yesterday someone sent in a tip to the police, so they took him down to the station and kept him there overnight. I got a call from him too not too long after, saying they want to hear my side of the story too. Ethan lied to them. He told them I'm the one orchestrating all of this and that I'm the one who convinced him to embezzle the funds in the first place.
Whoa, so that's what he told them.
It's obviously not true, right? It's such a blatant lie. Please, please, please don't believe him. He's just forcing me to take the blame for it all, even thought I don't even have a motive. I've been telling you this whole time that I had no idea he was stealing those funds from your company.
If what you're saying is true, then that means he's even worse of a guy than I already thought he was. What kind of person gets in legal trouble and throws their so-called lover under the bus for it?
Yes, I know, so please, just tell Ethan to stop spreading these lies about me. You know how stressful it is being suspected by the police for something I didn't do. If you don't help me, then Ethan's going to get exactly what he wants. Meaning I'm going to be falsely accused and thrown in prison, too.
I mean, he did tell me he spent that money specifically on dates with you. Besides, trying to rope me in when I know less about the situation than you do isn't exactly a good look. I don't think it'd look too good to a jury, especially.
That's why I need you to cooperate here or this whole plan falls apart. I'll call off our wedding plans right now if you want me to, so help me. And I know I can't possibly pay for this penthouse without Ethan's help, so I'll leave as soon as I can. I'll give you back everything I took from you. Your husband, your house. So please, help me get out of this mess.
Sorry, no can do. Unfortunately for you, I'm lawyered up and I won't be discussing this any further without him present. There's really nothing I can do to help you at this point anyway.
I'm screwed. At this rate I'm going to get fired from my job, too. Your whole life is in shambles now, and it's all thanks to Ethan.
Wait, fired? Didn't you tell me that you had already quit your job in anticipation of marrying Ethan and getting spoiled?
I did, but after talking to you I realized I had made a horrible mistake. I called my old company the second I heard Ethan lost his job. I begged and pleaded for them to let me back on, and I somehow managed to convince them.
Well, all is well that ends well, right?
But now I'm being questioned by the police, and it isn't exactly a good look. Once they find out, and I'm sure they will, I just know they'll fire me too. You're just going to tell me I should quit now while I still have the chance, aren't you?
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, you can't be surprised that a company wouldn't want a person involved in an embezzlement scandal. All I'll say is that I really don't envy the position you're in right now. But I am happy that you already paid me for my emotional damages before any of this went down. Are you going to be okay if you lose your job for real this time?
No, not that. Why did you have to bring that up again? I told you I won't be marrying him anymore. I called off the engagement. I'm giving him back to you, for goodness sake. You can't possibly make me pay damages after all of that.
You can't be serious right now. I don't care whether you and Ethan break up or live happily ever after at this point. That doesn't change the fact that he had an affair with you while I was married to him. I'm not letting you off the hook that easily.
Please, Amy, just go easy on me. I can't do this. I need that money to pull myself through this.
That's too bad, because I can't live without that money myself. Welp, good luck trying to get the cops off your back. And no, I won't be conspiring with you.
After that,
Miranda pled her innocence to the police as best she could. Apparently, she managed to convince them well enough that they didn't detain her for any further questioning. Although, well, they didn't detain her, her trips to the police for questioning became frequent enough that her company began to notice her absences. Soon enough, she tallied up enough strikes that she was let go despite having just been rehired. Well, she started searching for a new job right away. It seems she'd built something of a reputation for herself in her industry. Without an income, her personal savings are now next to empty after having paid me damages. Last I heard of her, she was working nightly shifts at some hole-in-the-wall sports bar. As for my ex-husband Ethan, he was tried and sentenced very quickly after confessing his crime to the police. He now lives behind bars, just like I hoped he would.